rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Johnny Felix, hello. Josie Mendoza-Geller, good morning to you as well. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is now 8:02 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. I hope that everybody is having a great, blessed, wonderful morning. If you're like me, you surely are having a great, blessed, wonderful morning because it's raining cats and dogs outside. A little bit of dogs, a little bit of cats at time, but the rain is nice and it's beautiful. So it's Monday the 12th. It was a big weekend. Yesterday was the 9/11 memorial ceremony, scheduled to take place outside, but it took place at the Aurora Police Department. And it was a great ceremony. Saw pictures of that. So well done to our great city. Joe Jackson is here. Good morning to you, sir. Good to see you as always. Get ready for Friday. Johnny Felix is returning. Talento Creations. It'll be his second interview on the show. We look forward to seeing the brother again. And I'd be remiss if I did not mention Jennifer Ryan Mayton. Good morning to you as well. So what'd you guys do over the weekend? How was your weekend? Let me know in the chat. Send me a sentence or two, and we will shout it out for all to hear. The time is 8:03. So it's going to be as the headline dictates, it's going to be a short show this morning. We have, ladies and gentlemen, things are heating up. We've got a heck of a weekend coming up here. Whole lot of things taking place with the Neighbor Project here in downtown Aurora. Get ready for Starry Night. That's going to be taking place on the 17th at the venue and beautiful Mundy Park. Festivities will also be taking place across the street at the Neighbor Project's home office, 32 South Broadway. Tickets are available. I think the text number is 23475. Get your tickets at One Cause. It's going to be a great night. Please bring your spouse, bring your husband, bring everybody for this wonderful event celebrating the stars in our community, those great families who've achieved home ownership, and the great partners who've contributed to the mission as well. All right. So I got news for you guys today. Good stuff going on here in the city. Before we get to that, I want to give a shout out to State Representative Stephanie Kiffelwit and the 84th District. They had a great Kids Expo and Resource Fair on Saturday that I was proud to be at. Good time. Kane County Cougars were out there. Illinois Department of Transportation. Lots of big rigs, lots of vehicles, medevac, emergency, fire trucks. All kinds of cool stuff was out there for the kids. Girl Scouts were there. State Farm was there. Shouts out to the great contacts and new friends that we made as well. One of the things that I thought was pretty amazing about it was that, look, here's what you do. If you put big trucks, big rigs, right? Fire trucks, put fire trucks and ice cream and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Put those two things together and watch what happens. So people will go absolutely bonkers for it. It was a crazy day, a crazy event. And not only that, I mean, the amount of families that were out there was just really good to see. So shouts out to State Representative Stephanie Kiffelwit. And we've also got something cool to tell you guys about. We have some We've got a great way for you to win. Check this out in regards to our Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry Friends and Taco Tuesday coming up next. Well, not next week, the week after. So check this out. Our dear friend and listener, Matt Hansen, is donating not one, not two, but 3 tickets to the Taco Tuesday for people who win. Anyone who stops and makes a donation to Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry, there's an entry form for you to fill out. and a pass to the crawl on September 20th if you win. Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry, located at 834 North Highland Avenue. Help raise money to support Marie Wilkinson's and support local businesses by eating tacos for 6 hours. Almost too good to be true. So check that out. Go there, make a donation, and not one, not two, but 3 tickets to Taco Tuesday you could win. Now that's going to be September 20th from 2 to 8 p.m. encompassing the restaurants in downtown Aurora. Tickets are available right now. $25, that's the early bird special, or $30. That fee includes. Oh my God! Did you hear me? Did you hear that? Free and crude. What the heck? Sip it up. 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 Yeah. For those of you just getting familiar with the Great American Morning Show. Oh, whenever we mess up, we take a sip of coffee. Sip of coffee again. I made a good cup. Sip it again. Take another one. Take another. Yes. Norma Peterson is here. Hi, Norma Peterson. Norma Peterson is a dear friend of the show. She is the executive director of Document the Abuse. Get to know the EAA, the Evidentiary Abuse Affidavit, and how it can help strengthen law enforcement. The time is 8:07. Okay. Now, so yes, do that. Here's what I was trying to tell you. The fee for the Taco Tuesday crawl includes a t-shirt and 1 taco at each participating restaurant. There is a QR code to scan. We've shared this flyer many times, and it's also right now on the homepage of Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry's Facebook page, and it's about 4 posts down on our Facebook page. So check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I got to tell you about something. I saw a pretty interesting. I want to talk about this Naperville police thing. We got friends in Naperville. So I want to shout out what's going on in Naperville here. A new initiative by Naperville Police Department for drivers who flee or elude the police. The registered owner of any vehicle that flees or eludes police during a traffic stop in Naperville will get hit with a $900 fee to cover the administrative cost it takes to track down the driver. Now, there's a couple things in there that I don't understand, so maybe you can help me understand them. The Naperville City Council just last week unanimously approved a change to municipal code to allow the police department to recoup the hours spent reviewing video, preparing police reports, and conducting interviews and internal administrative reviews to identify the driver of a fleeing vehicle. Now, that would suggest the driver got away, wouldn't it? I mean, if you got to prepare police reports, review video to identify the driver, that means that you probably didn't catch him. Anyway, it continues. Police Chief Jason Aris said staff analysis determined it cost his department no less than $900 per incident without a positive identification. Aris said the city cannot build a prosecutable criminal case and hold the driver accountable. Pause. So that means that they aren't catching these people. My question is, how many people are getting away from the police in Naperville? How many people are people successfully eluding the police in chases from the Naperville Police Department? Absent a positive identification of a driver, the registered owner is in the best position to know who is operating the motor vehicle as well as prevent it from being used to flee police. The fine is being assessed because of the sharp increase in the number of incidents in which a driver has sped away after police tried to pull a vehicle over or where the driver turned off the vehicle's lights to elude police. In 2016 and 2017, Naperville reported 15 and 16 fleeing and eluding cases respectively. That means 15 fleeing and 16 eluding cases. In 2018 and 19, the cases rose to 22 fleeing and 25 eluding cases. In 2020, the number doubled to 55 and nearly doubled again in 2021 to 101. Holy cow. Traffic stops are misdemeanors, and chasing after a vehicle for a misdemeanor charge puts public safety in jeopardy, according to Mr. Aris, particularly when the driver already is disregarding traffic laws such as disobeying stop signs and traffic signals, speeding, or making dangerous lane changes. Interesting. Yeah, it is a lot. Holy cow. So, and last thing here, while the goal is to recoup police costs, Mr. Aris said a secondary benefit would be that registered owners would be more cautious who borrows any vehicle. Naperville's ordinance will allow the $900 fee to be transferred to the driver if an owner provides an affidavit stating who was driving when the vehicle fled police. Yikes. So what does that mean for you, ladies and gentlemen? Don't let anybody reckless take your car. And you should not be running from the police anyway. The time is 8:11 a.m. Good morning, all of you great people out there. It is Monday. We are back once again with more news and more cool stuff for you. I hope that you had a fantastic weekend. I hope that you're ready for another great weekend. Fiestas Patrias is this weekend. It's going to be both Saturday and Sunday. Come on down to River Edge Park for a really good time and check that out. But do that after you come to Starry Night. That's the Neighbor Project's wonderful gala event taking place in beautiful Mundy Park. All right, the time is 8:12. As I mentioned, this is going to be a half-hour show today. We've got great work to do, and we got to get ready for you this weekend. So stay tuned. Tickets are available. Go to the Neighbor Project's Facebook page. Hit the link. Purchase tickets and come on out there and check it out. It's going to be a absolutely great time. Now here, let's do something a little bit different today. Well, Josue Pais says, cops, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? That's a good song. Aisha Saxon, good morning. Michael Rayford, good morning to you, dear friend. Michael Rayford, you're in the news today. Aisha Gloria Jurado says, good morning to you, Aurora. Hope you had a nice weekend and have a blessed day today. Amen. We thank you very much for that, Gloria. Real quick, guys, I need to take a sip of I made good coffee today. The coffee's really good. So let's do this. Let's pause. Let's take a sip it up together. Ready? Yeah, that's the way we do it on a Monday morning. The time is 8:13 a.m. Okay, so listen to this. Today I told you guys about the great stuff taking place at Paramount Theater. Once again, Dollar Movies have returned. Dollar Movie Monday tonight is Raiders of the Lost Ark, the 1981 classic Indiana Jones, the return of a great adventure. So check that out. The show starts at 7 o'clock p.m. Next Monday is going to be Encanto, presented in Spanish with English subtitles. And after that, on the 26th, is going to be Clue, a great movie. Colonel Mustard. That's going to be a good one. Once again, all the movies start at 7 o'clock p.m. on that particular day. Tuesday, or tomorrow, is going to be a great day, too. We've got some great stuff happening at AU at the Shingo Center, hosting the works of Geneva and Warrenville artists. So get ready for a great story here. AU's Shingo Center tomorrow will host two new exhibitions located at 1315 Prairie Street in Aurora. Remembrance of Things Present, works by Rita Grenzi and Anna Zanuck. Showcases of the Geneva artists and sound carvings. That's Rick Larson. And that's going to feature the Warrenville artists. Opening receptions is 5 to 6:30 p.m. At 6:30 p.m., Mr. Rick Larson, AU classical guitar instructor with Jim Perona and Francis Balquin, will perform a classical guitar presentation. Regular hours 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesdays through December 9th. Admission and parking are free. Natasha Ritzma, the Shingo director, said Zanuck and Grenzi create process-driven abstract work that is poetic, playful, and evocative. Ooh, I like that. Let's read that again. Natasha Ritzma, Shingo director, said Zanuck and Grenzi create process-driven abstract work that is poetic, playful, and evocative. Grenzi creates installations. Oh my God. We ain't got to sip it up for that, but I just want to. Grenzi creates installations, sculptures, and drawings, while Zanuck works primarily in watercolor and ceramics. Inspired by literature, material exploration, and meditative practices, their works in the exhibition explore the themes of migration, memory, language, and nature of beauty. Sound Carvings showcases handmade guitars by Larson. He creates custom commissioned classical guitars for clients such as Jim Perona, Gig Masters top national guitarist, and award-winning virtuoso Rene Izquierdo. The exhibit visually portrays Larson's process from selecting distinct woods originating in multiple continents to carving and assembling core parts of the instrument and the labor-intensive process of polishing the final creation. Amazing. Ritzma said, quote, "We are thrilled to have the opportunity to showcase a variety of outstanding local talent this fall at Aurora University. Grinzy's work is bold, colorful, and tactile, as well as thoughtful and compassionate at its core. Zanuck's stunning watercolors are mediative, contemplative, and ethereal. Larson's exhibit illustrates the artistry and labor-intensive process of creating exquisite handmade classical guitars." Absolutely fantastic. The time is 8:17 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. So get on out there starting tomorrow, 5 to 6:30 p.m. for the reception at AU's Shingo Center. That's going to be 1315 Prairie Street here in Aurora. Okay. So I do have something to tell you guys about. I watched for all of us parents out there, you'll be familiar. I saw Hook. Remember Hook with Robin Williams? Remember Hook and Julia Roberts played Tinkerbell? I watched Hook again recently, and it really, I noticed something in Hook that I hadn't really noticed, or it didn't make that much of an impression on me as a kid, but I watched it again, and I was taken aback by a certain message in Hook, and we're going to get to that. So it's the whole story of Peter Pan, actually. So the news today is going to be about Peter Pan partially. Peter Pan partially, the triple P's. Tracy Duran is here. Good morning, my wonderful friends. Good to see you, Tracy. Matt Hansen for State Rep is here. Good morning to you. GMA, happy Monday, everyone. Right back at you, dear brother. Okay. Got to tell you about the Youth Advisory Committee, then I will rant to you about Peter Pan. Tom Hebert is here. Good morning to you, Tom. And Jim Leslie, good morning to you, dear sir. Michael Rayford is here as well. Good morning. Monday morning fact. Yesterday was 9/11. September is Life Assurance Awareness Month, which was created because of 9/11. Protect your income and your family. That reminds me, Michael Rayford, after I delivered this message, we're going to take a moment of silence for all of the lives lost during 9/11. Real quick piece of news for you guys. This is very important, very dear to us here on the show, and Good Morning Aurora is proud to present and highlight this kind of news here. The Youth Advisory Committee, Monday, September 19th, from 4 to 5 p.m. Attention all teenagers aged 13 to 18. This is your opportunity to get involved in state government. The Youth Advisory Committee is a safe environment to discuss obstacles and current laws that affect the lives of students, school, home, health, work, etc. The goal is to present students' proposals as bills and pass a state law. No experience or prior knowledge of politics is needed, just a willingness to learn. Meetings are going to be held at Alive Aurora, 78 South LaSalle Street here in downtown Aurora. This is hosted by State Representative Barbara Hernandez. For more questions and information, you can call 630-270-1848. That number again is 630-270-1848. Check that out. Get to know the Youth Advisory Committee. If you have any kind of ideas that can help the next generation, we would like to hear those ideas. Not just me, but the Youth Advisory Committee. I say we because we're all a big family, right? We're all a big family, right? I thought you guys would agree. Carla Santalan is here. Good morning to you, Carla. Vanessa Rodriguez-Aguirre, my dear friend. I met Vanessa Rodriguez-Aguirre and her family at the hip hop show. That was cool. Cotton Seed Creative Exchange. Man, it was awesome to get to meet a person who's been listening to me since I was recording in my bathroom. Oh, feels special. Okay, Javier Burgos is here. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday morning from Java Plus. That's right. Get to know Java Plus. 1677 Montgomery Drive. Montgomery Road. Yeah. tea, juice, coffee. Try the sandwiches. You'll love them. All right. Jim Mendoza's here as well. Good morning to you, Jim Mendoza. And shouts out to our friends of the Greater Fox Valley Area Kiwanis Club and Moms for Moms Vendor Events. All right. So listen, this is important. We got to talk. We got to talk. But real quick, before we talk, sip it up. Yeah. Oh, listen. All right. I watched Hook, Peter Pan. I watched that movie recently. I watched it with my son. You know something? Now we had seen Hook before. He was young. I had seen it. You know, it's an old movie from the 90s. You know, in that movie, let's look at it. The whole thing was Peter Pan is now just a guy. He's a dad. He's working. He's paying bills, right? He's got a boss he doesn't really particularly like. He's doing his thing. And lo and behold, he doesn't realize it, but he's special. Tinkerbell was telling him after he went back to Neverland, listen, you're not just some guy with a tie on you're Peter Pan. You can fly. Remember, he was trying to fly, but he kept giving up. He kept doubting himself. That was the takeaway of the movie. Did you know that? Tinkerbell, the whole time, was trying to get Peter to realize he was special. That's the whole point of the movie. Yeah, they're flying. Yeah, the big clock. Yeah, the alligator. The whole movie and the whole story of Peter Pan, Hook, is to believe in yourself. There's a point in the movie where he's flying, he's kind of getting levitating, then he falls down and all this, and he's like, you know, I think the quote in the movie, the line in the movie, he says, "Hey, you got the wrong one. I'm not it." Something like that. And that's when Tinkerbell looks at him and she starts crying because he doesn't believe in himself. And the thing that she was trying to get him to do was think happy thoughts. Peter, think happy thoughts and you'll fly. Now, I know what you're saying. Curtis, real life doesn't work like that. I know. Who knows but me? Real life doesn't work like that. You can't just smile and hope that everybody else is going to smile. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes your best laid plans will go haywire. Sometimes the people that you thought you loved or thought loved you don't love you. That's true. Relationships fail, right? Problems with your kids, maybe. You went to school, paid all this money for a degree. Now the job you got's not really hitting it. Perhaps. You wanted to do theater. Now you're working at Olive Garden. Maybe. But you were not born to just pay bills and die. I know you've seen that on the memes. But every now and then there comes a moment in our daily lives where something happens to where we get that Tinkerbell moment. Tinkerbell, that's the flow. Every now and then something happens where you realize, you know what? No, I am Peter Pan. I am the hero of this story. It's not going to get done unless I do it. And you know, I have to tell you, for me, that happened again recently when I met these guys. They were passing out flyers for literature for the church in my neighborhood, right? The church, the flyer, the literature for the flyer was English and Spanish. They're walking around the neighborhood, knocking on doors, handing out literature for this church, right? So they see me out in front. I'm getting the mail and all this, and trying to push the rose bushes back so they don't wrap around the thing, whatever. So these guys come up and they're talking to me. They say, "Hey, brother, would you help us spread the word?" And I was like, yeah, okay. You know, what is he talking about, right? And he gave me the literature. He gave me like a stack of it. He was like, you live here? I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, will you help us spread the word? And it was all in Spanish. And then the back part was like just a little bit in English. And so when he gave it to me, he must have seen I was kind of puzzled, right? Like, you giving me Spanish literature to hand out in this predominantly Latino neighborhood? But that was the point. Because he believed I could do it. That was the point. You got to stop. Sometimes we look so small. We don't look at the big picture. What's the big picture? What am I doing today that is going to help me and somebody else tomorrow? What's the big picture? It doesn't matter if I can speak Spanish. It matters if you speak Spanish. It doesn't matter if maybe the word doesn't resonate with me. It might resonate with somebody else. That's the point. And you know what? That was the moment. It happens every like 3 months. Every 3 months, I have these epiphanies. Every 3 months, something will happen where it makes me like stronger. Makes me realize like, yeah, you know what? You don't have to suffer from cancer to help others find resources to help themselves. You don't have to suffer from something to help somebody else get through it. And that's the thing that I think, every time I get kind of like, not down. I'm never really like a down person, but what can I say? Every time I get kind of like, every time my wheels, the gears kind of slow down a little bit, right? That's the moment where I get the WD-40 in my life and it just cleans it up and I'm ready to move again. I'm like, wow, that's heavy. He saw me. He didn't care if I spoke Spanish or not. He just knew that I lived there and I could help pass it to the neighbors. Sometimes we hold ourselves back. That's the thing. It's like sometimes we are our own worst enemy because we don't believe in ourselves. We don't dream big enough. That's the thing. Sometimes we don't dream big enough. What's the big picture here? What am I doing today that's going to help me and somebody else tomorrow? And if I think as a, not just as a city, right? But as like a people, as a people, I think if we can pause when we think we can't, or it doesn't make sense, or they're not going to listen, if we can pause and just say, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong way. Let me try it. Let me do it. Let me pass it. I think we'll get a lot more done. I think we will. I think if people stop looking at what they can't do, right? And they start looking at what they can do, I think I think it will be so much more powerful. I really do. I really do. I do. I think that if you stop focusing on what you cannot do, what's not going right, what's not happening, and focus on what is happening, just build on what is happening. That shit is powerful. I didn't mean to use profanity. This is crazy. My bad. It's a family show. I know some of y'all, my bad to the people who listen with kids. But yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Everybody in the city has the potential to do something good for somebody else. It may just not be directly. Even if you don't have money to donate to the Alive Teen Center, if you just share the link on Facebook, that's doing enough. If your 50 people see it, they got kids. right? You're doing enough right there. I think I saw, this was in the New York Times. Today's Monday. This was Friday. There was an article in the New York Times, and it says something like every American knows a few people who are riddled with student debt. Something like that. The number escapes me right now. I don't mean to massacre that great article, but that's what it said. Every American knows a certain amount of people who are saddled with student debt. So even if you can't help, it may be you. If you can't help a person who's saddled with student debt, or you yourself are saddled with student debt, obviously anything that relieves or helps to alleviate that burden from somebody could indirectly benefit you. It could. Maybe as a people, if we stop looking at things as I got it, I win, I don't want to lose, I don't want to be left out, I don't want to, as long as I eat, I'm good, as long as my little thing works, that's all I care about. Once you stop thinking like that, you'll be surprised how big the world is. Once you stop thinking that you have to win or else, the world will get so much larger for you. When you stop thinking only about yourself, only about your team, only about your family, you will do things that you never thought you could do before. You will. I guarantee it. When you stop thinking that only your team is capable of winning or going to win or should win, you will enter a new realm of cooperation, of friendship, of work, and opportunity. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Everybody's trying to, quote unquote, make it, but some people are making it because they're not worried about being the only person who makes it. Some people make it quicker when they work together with other people. That's how it works, man. Ray Paul, well, good. Thank you for that email. Okay, I've been yakking a little bit. It's 8:33. Christina Cash says, reading a good book about this now, Secret Society of Success. Thank you for sharing that. Secret Society of Success. Emily says, yes, good morning to you, Emily. 95% of people conform. Earl Nightingale. Michael Rayford, thank you. But he had numbers here. 42 million people, $1.7 trillion student loan debt. Yikes. Maria Torito, good morning. Yeah, see, and that's why the time is now. That's why the time is now. The time is now to do what you're doing and to continue what you're doing and to help somebody else right behind you do what they're trying to do. The time is now. The time is now. And if we want to have that good society, if we want Aurora especially, just for the people living here at the moment, if we want Aurora to be good, everybody has to help out the next person, right? That's what it takes. One of the ways that we can help other people out is by supporting each other's initiatives. September 20th, don't forget, Michael Rayford has the How Money Works for young people. Oak Brook Terrace, Plaza Drive. I have the flyer. We'll post the flyer again. The details escape me at the exact moment, but that's going to be the 20th. You don't have to benefit from it. Your blessing will come some way different than somebody else's. If you bless others, you get blessed. That's how it works. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that and the movie Hook. Watch the movie Hook again. Watch Peter Pan again. For all of us who've been working and paying bills and paying Nightcore and all my emails and this, that, and the other, watch Hook again. Watch that children's story again and realize that the person who you need to be is Tinkerbell in this world. You need to be Tinkerbell. You need to be believing in yourself, because you're not going to fly unless you believe in yourself. And the way to believe in yourself is to help other people believe in themselves. Take care of yourself and each other.